Hello, this is Amanda with From Where I Stamp, and I'm here to share with you that celebration is almost over. It ends on September 30th, and there's 2 packs of designer series paper that I love in the celebration brochure. The Peaceful Prints designer series paper and the Penguin Playmates, which I think is my favorite of both of them. But if it's something that you'd like to have, those designer series papers to use for your Christmas or winter crafting, then you will need to purchase at least $60 worth of product before shipping and taxes before September 30th. If you have any questions about ordering, please let me know. But today I wanted to share with you 2 cards using the same design, but 2 different color schemes because we're going to use designer series paper. All right, so we are going to switch over. There we go. All right, so on the screen here we have the Penguin Playmates Designer Series paper here. And I love all the little animals. They're so adorable. And the colors on this Designer Series pack. So you can cut out all these little animals, all the friends, to use on your cards or your scrapbook pages or projects. And then the Peaceful Prints Designer Series paper. It has a bunch of lovely designs to use for Christmas crafting or anything like that. All right. All these little... So, whoops. Or your scrapbook pages. All right. So then, what we'll be using today, along with those designer paper, is the Christmas to Remember stamp set and the Label Me Lovely punch, as well as, oh, there they are, the wonderful snowflakes elements. So these are on iridescent paper. So it is something that they are, you just pop them out. So you have these little snowflake elements. And they're white on one side, so you could color them in if you wanted. And then the other side is this shiny, pearlized, I think you can see it there, yeah. Shiny, pearlized side. All right, so I've made the hard decision of what colors or what designer series paper to use. We're going to do the Penguin Playmates first. So we have some Fresh Frieza cardstock. That's one of the coordinating colors in this pack of designer paper. Then we have our Just Jade piece. And then we have a piece of designer paper, which has been cut up into little strips. So this will create some dimension for us. And then I've cut out the polar bear pulling the penguin on the sled. So that'll pop on there as well. And then we'll put one of these snowflakes somewhere on our page or on our card. All right, so first what I'm going to do is I am going to grab a piece of basic white cardstock with our Christmas to Remember stamp set. And this here we're going to use, I think, let's just double check. I think this one fits in here. So Friends Like You make this season special. So because it's 2 friends playing in the snow with the, I'm assuming it's snow even though it's a green backdrop. But we'll just assume they're playing in the snow, and it's something that this sentiment will work with our little bear and penguin. All right, so ink up that stamp, stamp it down, make sure to clean the stamp. Just a little bit of water on the Simply Chamois is all you need for a nice clean stamp. And we'll put this black away for now. And I like using my punches upside down, just so I can see what I am punching. So try and get that kind of straightish, kind of centered, and punch. All right, so we'll save that for later. So now we can put together our card. So we have all the elements and my favorite adhesive, which is the liquid glue. So I'm going to put that on the back of this Just Jade pattern piece. Oops. And we are going to put that right about here, I think. This is 4 inches wide, so it is something that you can center it on your card base. And I think for this one, I'm just going to glue these directly down. On the next one, I think I'll use some dimensionals. So probably the best way to do this is put all 4 pieces down and pick one piece up at a time. And I think I'm going to do this kind of sideways. And if you've watched my videos before, I use this deluxe foam mat to be able to get an idea of where my lines are. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate it around. And this will become a little bit more important when we do the, make sure the trees are going the same way. When I get over to the snowflake one that we're going to use, because you want the designer series paper to look cohesive rather than a messed up design, I guess is more what I'd like to say. Oopsie, I don't want to glue that one down. So if I do that, just trying to get all like the in-between to be about the same width. And it's off a little bit, it's not a big deal, but just make sure that if you are using a pattern piece, that the design is all going the same way. So that way the trees, there isn't one panel, the trees are upside down. Because that would look kind of weird. All right. So I probably should have stuck this underneath somewhere. But there's our little friends. And I think I'm going to put this down first. And we're going to use some dimensionals on our sentiment. And you could use the full-size dimensionals or our small dimensionals, depending on your preference. And then I think this will go right like this. So our little snowflake. So I'm going to grab some glue dots. Glue dots are nice and easy. You could put some glue on the back of these, like the liquid glue if you wanted. But I'm just going to do that, I think. And then we can pull off the back of our dimensionals. So we can plop our sentiment right on top. Like so. And then a little bit of glue on the back of our little friends. And tuck that right there. So there's our first card using the Penguin Playmates Designer Series paper. And if you do purchase the stamp set, so the Christmas to Remember stamp set, the wonderful snowflakes, I think you'll receive 24. So there's 4 sheets in here. And the Label Me Lovely punch. If you purchase all 3 of these, the total is $62.25 Canadian before shipping and taxes. So it is something that you can earn one of these packs of paper for free with your order. And then you can make these cards and change it up, because like with this Peaceful Prince, I've chosen the snowflakes and the Sahara Sam with the deers, but you could switch it up with the trees or plaid or even the birch or snowflakes, you can create this card multiple ways, and you can change it up to a green background rather than the red if you wanted as well. And you could make 24 cards fairly easy, or you can leave the snowflakes off and save them for something else. All right, so because this pattern paper has more of a pattern design to it rather than just trees, I want to make sure that it stays all together a little bit more. So see how the snowflake up here has been cut, not quite in half. All right, so we'll start with our Sahara sand piece. I'm going to miss this designer paper. It is so bold and pretty. All right, so we're going to put that right there. And then we're going to lay these out. I'll lay this out and then we'll do our stamping. Now this designer series paper does coordinate with, I can't remember the name of the stamp set. There's a deer stamp set in the mini catalog that coordinates with, that you could purchase to, there's a punch that'll punch that out. So just depending, you can hand cut it, like I hand cut out the polar bear and the penguin. Or you can purchase the bundle, so that way you can get the stamp and the punch to make it easier. All right. Putting these two pieces on the end are the most important, I think. And also remembering which way you're flipping your paper. So there's that there. I think I may have to move that over a little more. Let's see. Woo! This one has a little bit more room, I feel like. Something like that. And then this one can go there. All right. So now we get to do our stamping. So I've put, may this be a Christmas to remember and cherish on this block. And we're going to use basic black or black memento ink as well for it. You could change it up and switch it to, say, oh, I said I was going to put those on dimensionals. Too late now. But you could switch up this ink. Instead of using black, you could use real red or even garden green if you're going to switch it up to the green design. And then we want to punch. Where's my punch? So we'll put this right here and punch. Put some dimensionals on the back of it again. Oops, I don't need the whole strip, thank you. And then glue dot on the back of this. I'm going to put this out a little farther. Do we want this actually? I'm actually going to put this up here. It kind of blends in, but not too bad. And then we can take our dimensionals off, our backings off. Oops, there we go. Knocking over everything on my desk. It's going to be a mess. And then stick that down there. So there are two cards created using the same card design, but two different designer series paper. And just a reminder, these designer series papers are gone on September 30th. So if you want to order You have to place a $60 Canadian order before shipping and taxes in order to get one of these designer series paper. And if you choose to, you can purchase the Christmas to Remember stamp set, the Label Me Lovely punch, and the wonderful snowflakes. And that will get you $62.25, I believe it is, before shipping and taxes. So if you like this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and join me each week, and I'll share with you a new technique or idea or how to use our Stampin' Up! Products. And I appreciate you following along.